when the Club World Cup was coming, I was like, me and my partner thinking, how can we, collaborate with some Nigerian media to see, what we're gonna do and stuff like that.
Give them some information, yeah.
So we reach out to one of the Nigerian, traditional newspaper. Guy stay acting as if he's bougie and stuff like that, and stay acting as if we needed them more than they needed us. ASN Sports TV is an online editorial. You don't have to be present with us to do the job. For anywhere in the world, Nigeria, Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, United States, Australia, anywhere, all you can do is, hey, I got this story. Shoot it down. We vet the story, vet the story to avoid liability and stuff and all that. Then put it on our website. So now look at where we are. We have a reporter that covers the DC for us. We have a reporter that covers Kansas. Me and my partner hold this place down.
This is CTDA Media, and you already know I have with me today no other person. I do call him Sam, but is the managing editor of ASN Sports TV. I make sure I didn't make a mistake, because if you go back to our
we're not gonna make a mistake today.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
It's been a while. Let me have your hand. For people that might not know why I did that, is OG. And when I say OG, we will not go back to our 2 years conversation in terms of introducing who he is, but I'm gonna be, interviewing and asking you some wonderful things that I've seen you done. And when it comes to having the license to coverage FIFA World Cup, and everything you're doing now when it comes to sports in America. I remember a couple of years back, sport was not that big in America. When I use sport, I'm talking about soccer. And being in Nigeria and we living in Houston, there's a lot me and you have talked about. And I know where I don't know where you're coming. I'll take that back, because there's some things you shared the last one. But we are in America that I know how it has been. And it's been a very good, wonderful friend. He's a big entrepreneur when it comes to sports media, and I'm sure a lot of people are following his page. And we've had a conclusion of saying we're going to be giving because of him, the impact he has made on CTDA Media in the past. Some opportunity has given us. We decided to give him 5 people. So we're going to be giving him 5 people. If you're living in Houston or in America, we're only doing in Houston. It's going to be inside studio. That you need to be talked about. Maybe you want to talk about your business, or you want to talk about what you have going on. We're giving Sam 5 slots, and it's going to be giving 5 people a slot to come for free. So you're not going to be charged. You'll be coming here to come and talk about. Make sure you have a business. Actually, this is for business people. Or if you're a content creator that needs opportunity to talk about your business, we're going to do it on this page, and CTDA will pick the people we like based on your story. And we'll give you the opportunity to come and talk about your business or anything you have going on. Sam, what has been your experience being managing director of your business? Started from the scratch. And you already have a lot of experience from Nigeria. Remember, you've worked in a radio station, you've done a lot of things in the sport. You've been in the game more than what people might be seeing you from line.
Real talk.
And how has it been now that you've had the experience in Nigeria and you're here in America, and how has been the experience for you?
Hey, Sam here, ASN Sports TV. That's my my intro.
That's the intro. I like that. Sorry, I didn't allow you to say that. I like that.
So, when I was in Nigeria, I was working for BTFM Mega Electrics. We focus on the news and producing, the news and all that things, but we didn't know the business angle of it. So now when you start your own, it goes beyond just having a microphone talking to people. You got to also think about the biz angle of it, where you can leverage and make money off it and still, sustain yourself and all that. So that was, a very tough challenge to navigate. You have the package, you have the product. Now, how do you sell it? The angle that will make you generate funds. That was where the struggles, came in. But you have to do some self-development to really see that angle that you don't really know. So for you not to do a lot of self-development. And
let me ask you this: you moved past something that I want people to understand. How has it been for you when it comes to? You just said something that a lot of people that don't run in business will never understand. You have all the package. How do you sell it? And now that you're here, you're not just selling here. You're in America that comes with its own system that we both don't know from Nigeria.
Correct.
Like, it's not like we have daddy or mommy that will tell, like, go to this. How have you been able to manage your mental state between managing the stress of American job and still going hard on a dream that you don't even know how to sell the package? How have you been able to balance that world? Because every time people see on X page that you're being opportunity to interview in a big name, I know one of these days, or it might have happened, it will come with a billion. That's still part of your mental.
Yeah.
How have you been able to manage that part of your world? If you don't mind, would you like to share?
The funniest thing is that I work in mental health. I work in mental health, and I think working in mental health have given me that leverage, to see things from the other side of it. And while I talk to patients at my job and stuff like that, I also talk to myself. While having a group session with patients,
That's a lot, though.
I talk to myself too.
How do you manage that? A lot of stress talking to people, then you're still going all around. You have to focus on, because me and you, I do check on you, like the matches, to know the match they are playing, carrying your cameras, like calling your partner.
When you do something you love, it's to you no longer a job. I use it as a mental release, as a space to
clear from your
to clear out, decompress, and release all those energies. So that's why you will see me, man. When I'm doing it, I'm my best behavior, I'm my best self. I'm laughing and smiling. To me, I'm having fun. So I'm having fun. So I don't see it as a job. Even though it's a job, to produce a 30-minute show, you need 2-3 hours to get it ready. People don't know that. They'll think you just open up a microphone and camera, then you start talking. No, you got to do research. You got to research that you won't give out wrong information. Now, what are you going to talk about? What angle are you going to take it? That news is already there in the internet world. So now the angle you take that information, that story from, will make it unique. And now you got to go and cackle your brain. You got to crack your brain how to do it. Then materials. Are you going to talk to somebody? Are you going to pick up? What are you going to pick up? So a lot of things goes into it. But working in mental health has been a great advantage for me navigating this terrain.
This is CTDA Media. We are connecting the dots for Africa. And what we mean by connecting the dots for Africa is either you're white, Hispanic, Caucasian, anything you believe, as long as you can find your relatively way of thinking towards Africa or black people, you're welcome to this particular platform. And today that we are already saying, if you're already following us, we're still discussing the same thing. I have Sam with me. We're rubbing minds on our experience as a Nigerian in America when it comes to entrepreneur. Now, I want to ask you the next question is, what has been your most challenging moment in terms of mental state awareness? And I'll say this. Is it in terms of how Nigerians understand what you're doing, or the fact that the Western world has a way to gatekeep us, even though it's not a gatekeep? And I take that back in terms of disclaimer. But there's a way mentally like this. How have you been able to balance that to keep going every day?
Getting acceptance into the sports community here. Okay, I adopted this strategy. If they cannot, when I first came, I told my friend, hey, I still want to do what I do in Nigeria. He said, no, you can't do that, because of ASN, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, cool. So I started applying for jobs, Fox, KHA, Local 2 in Houston. I keep getting rejection. That
without
that normal email where you have a very experienced, but at this point we're moving on with people who much align, whatever. Cool. But if they cannot sell you the bread, you build your own bakery. I said, okay. If I get this job now, the only thing they will give me is they'll pay me, right?
Sure.
Okay. Now I'll be the one to, they'll give me networking. I'll be the one to go out there,
you still working
get the news, and still gonna bring it back. I'm gonna build a bakery. I'm gonna start my own stuff. But I first had a little thing with Afro Vibes Radio, even though they were in pain then. I'm like, why would I come here, waste all my time, give them content, and they own the digital copyright, and I walk away like that? Hell no, I'm not gonna do that. I now started Africa Sports Network. That's where ASN Sports TV. So I have a partner. So we now brainstorm. We said, Africa Sports Network kind of put us in a box. They think we're talking about Africa alone. And we want a station whereby we can, engage in other sports, with other community, with other people. So instead of Africa Sports Network, let's abridge it to ASN Sports TV.
Oh, okay. I like this. So that's the reason that brought, because I wanted to ask you. Sometimes we're all in this business world that we're all learning in process.
Yes.
And it's not because we don't know better. It's just because of saying the trajectory of how social media now work. Things move faster now on social media. Like if you say something that doesn't fit in the business like this, they just leave it there. Nobody will come at you. They'll be looking, you'll be doing the voila. They'll just be looking at you. My next question is your experience working a partner. For me, I've had a couple of people that work with me, and we're just sharing our experience now. Based on what you said, for me, it was something that I just imbued for me, my own particular CTD media, like from clothing line to DJ, but it's been something that's been embedded like family thing for me when it comes to art. So that's why it's easy for me to be on Twitter page to critique and talk about music. Like you said, I can, if you close my eyes, I'll be talking about music for you freely. Like it won't stress me. So my education to help, and for me, I didn't know how to do it, but I knew I wanted to have a voice when it comes to entertainment. But that's why I started the show. If you remember when I did a couple of shows in Houston, it was because I needed a way to get into the entertainment world. But unfortunately, internet helped me to understand that there's power more on social media than building the brand. Because if you build the brand, one of the problems most of these big brand are having is social media are taking the numbers away from them.
Yeah.
If you notice before, TVs are the one that really control what we see. But now it is now internet.
Yeah, social media.
Yes, social media is
New
the power.
media is the power.
And you just said you understand, you use one word, the content. The content is for the social media, and that's where they make money. So a lot of people doesn't understand that even I see some people running business in America here too. How they work with their content is I can tell it's not for the intention of long-term goal like you're doing. What has encouraged you to have a long-term goal, even in the business world where you don't know the certainty of when the money is going to start flowing in?
The world has moved away from traditional media. Even FIFA, UEFA, CAF, CONCACAF, they want to control their content. That's why they have, they give journalists a little bit of leeway to get content if you're covering their event.
Yep.
They use YouTube, they use Twitter, they use TikTok, they use all the social platforms. So because they've come to realize that the world is moving away from traditional media. They don't want to sit down and watch ESPN. You be in your parlor, you watch it. No, it's on the go.
When they can scroll in 30 seconds.
You can 30 seconds, you get the information. So now they control, what is out there. So now you ask yourself, how do I leverage on this and also create my own content? So what angle will I be covering? I cover the MLS. So now you can never write the history of the Major League Soccer without African players. Kai Kamara is I think that third or second highest goal scorer in the MLS. He's from Sierra Leone. If he's American, he will be a legend. They will be celebrating him. But people don't talk about him like that. He's a jolly good fellow. He's a good guy. So now, I asked my partner, let's tell MLS story from the African perspective.
I like that.
Let's tell that story from the African perspective, where we can give all those African footballers the platform to tell their stories. Because ESPN never going to talk about them unless they do something magical.
Yes,
first they're going to talk about them.
And you can't blame them too, though.
You can't.
In the markets where they have their own people.
They own people to promote. But
and those are where the numbers are going to run faster because of how soccer is even in America right now. It's still growing. So
it's growing.
If you want to go and focus on African, when they have Caucasian or white, that's going to quickly pull the numbers. I don't see no reason why I won't see ESPN doing it. But I want to ask you something on your question. How has it been getting your license into MLS? Is it something you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, it was Afro-Vibe.
Like, how do you come into it? Like, what makes you you take a bold step to say, I'm getting this thing. What did you see? Like, what was that? There's no between just making. There's a lot of people that are doing content. You're not a content creator. You're like a media company.
Yeah, I'm a media company.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and there's some people that have media, but they haven't taken the bold step you're taking. So that's what I'm saying. Like, walk us through. How do you come to that place of like, okay, it's time for me to do this, and the process of how, because some people they don't have a direct access to get this information. they can learn from your story. So it's something you can just share some things with us.
It was through Afro Vibes Radio. Through them, through one of my friends called Batunde. I know Batunde.
I'm not sure.
Batunde.
The name sounds
Batunde Ogusi and
the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Batunde. You know, when Houston won the US Open Cup, I think 2017, there about 2018.
Wow,
back then. So, you know, he had that connect. So through Afro Vibes Radio, I was able to get my first Houston Dynamo, MLS credential. So when I left Afro Vibe, because one thing about these businesses, you got to build your own network. When I left, the radio station, it is me they know. But Afro Vibe is a platform. So when I now created Africa Sports Network, I built a website. Because they want to know if you have a platform where you can tell your story, apart from YouTube. But what really gets you the credential is your website, not even YouTube. Because in YouTube, they see you as a content creator who want to challenge them. So it's a web, and I built a website. So with that website now, they know they have where they can go read their stuff.
Wait. Let me do this for a reason. If you're watching this, I've learned to understand one thing, and I'm sorry to say this in America. What you overshare becomes unvalued.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go too deep in what you're saying, and there's a reason.
So it will become valueless.
No. This is not gatekeeping. What I found out is this: in the business world, because we're Nigerian. I'm saying this because we're Nigerian. There's a level of how our IQ works. We're very, very smart people. But what I've learned to realize is what you put in is not what some people want to put in. So when you overshare now, they can disrespect what I know that you've
have put in a lot.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to do anything, they can reach out to you. And you can give them the information. Because I know you will give them, because you've given me some information. So that puts value in your sweat. That's why I say I don't want you to go too deep.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? There's a reason I don't want you to go too deep into that, because I know what it takes you to be here. And it's not like you have the time that you even come in here now to sit down.
It took a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, that's another thing that people should value. Yes. So my next question I want to ask you is, how has it been though? Like, how do you juggle the fact of saying you have a job? I asked you the question, you didn't answer me very, very well. I want you to go back to it. How do you juggle your job that you're traveling around the country, and still, I see you talking about something online about saying you submitted your photo. I want you to talk about it, and it wasn't approved. Do you think it was something that you didn't submit the right document, or you think? Now I want you to think very well before you answer me. Or you think it's because we are Nigerians?
Well, I don't really know the mindset of who does the approval, but when I went to get the image application process on how to become their contributor, they will simply say, submit your content, make sure you're the copyright owner. So I went through my collections. I picked out some best shot. I think they will get approved.
Oh, they respond to you to send those things.
Yeah, I went to the app. You download the app. Through the app you submit. So pick out your six best shot. Pick up my great shot when Chelsea won the FIFA Club World Cup. That celebratory video. There's a photo that you saw that those players hugging themselves. I took that shot. That was a great shot. You can't tell me it's not. It can't pass for editorial picture. Is it Vitinha or no? I think Fabian Ruiz, one of the players. He's showing he was about to control the ball. I got that. The fans I've seen on Getty Image where they have fan pictures, monetized and licensed. I go where the fans with Chelsea gear, everything. I had using Dynamo player Ezekiel Ponce from Uruguay. I got that great shot clear. I submitted it. I was very hopeful that this shot would get me approved. And to my greatest surprise, they said it wasn't approved. They didn't give the reason. They just say it doesn't fit for editorial purpose. Why? So I repeat another 6 great shot, put another application, also denied twice. So wow. I don't really understand. That's why I was now forced to come to X to show the picture.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I saw it then when I
was now forced to come to X so that the X community will see and tell me if this shot
just don't kind of fit in.
Doesn't kind of fit in, So
let me ask you this though. This is not my profession. You are big on sport media. Do you think I've had some being where I am today, there's some things that sometimes I learn some small things, and none in your profession I can't disrespect it. You know, when you want to go into movie industry, there's some cameras Netflix will ask. So are you using the camera they ask, or you don't have the details? Because sometimes what I learned in America is this. It's like I don't know why the system is like it's hard to get, but it's not hard. But when you find out what you need to submit, I'm not sure maybe what I'm saying is making sense.
So
you share half of this.
I know. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do more research to because there's this camera I've been trying to buy since. Okay. When I did that and go for me type of stuff. So no, I think next month I'll be able to acquire that camera and the lens, and I'll use it to shoot some pictures. I will keep applying until they say yes. I'm not gonna just lay low. Okay, they said no, and that's it. No, I will keep applying. If you like decline me today, I will apply in the next 5 minutes. Now I've picked out several good shots that I'm gonna use for the application. But I'll get that camera, then I'll use it to shoot some pictures and see what's gonna happen.
So let me ask you this. So with you becoming, I remember you posted on X page that you're licensed to. Is it for the World Cup?
No, it's the Club World Cup. So, but for the fact that I'm now FIFA accredited photographer. Okay. If the World Cup comes around, I will still get accreditation for the World Cup.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So my question is this: is there any kind of way you've got any reaching out from Nigeria in terms of what you're doing for Nigeria and Africa in general?
Okay, let me give you a little bit of
I'm just saying
when the Club World Cup was coming, I was like me and my partner thinking, how can we collaborate with some Nigerian media to see what we're gonna do and stuff like that.
Give them some information, yeah.
So we reach out to one of the Nigerian traditional newspaper. Guy stay acting as if he's bougie and stuff like that. One about me, I sense disrespect, from a man, and he's acting as if we needed them more than they needed us. I was like, no, this is a partnership. You feel me? Even though he was saying they weren't going to pay money, which I understand, media partnership may not entail monetary value, but
true.
In terms of partnership, we live on each other. Mm-hmm. So, okay, what can you offer? On our own end, we're going to bankroll our trip, get content, then share with you. The guy said that, okay, we're going to get the content, give it to him, and he will only give us just a tag. I said, that's disrespectful. I want you to say ASN Sports TV in partnership with so-and-so newspaper. Because yes, I am traveling, spending my own hard-earned currency to bring that content. If it is like that, send your photographer or reporter down to the US and let's see how much you're going to spend on it. So I told my partner, I said, guy, I don't know about talk to that guy again. Please.
Wait, let me ask you this. Do you think Nigerian does not understand what
it's Vanguard newspapers? Well, I called you there. I was angry.
I want to ask you this. I think I want your honest opinion. I'll share my own with you. Let me do this first. I keep saying this, like, pay me. I've worked with some company in Nigeria, like they shop me, like they make me feel like I don't know better. And I look at them like, but why? Like me, I want to run business with you. Like I'm the one here. Like the goal is to intertwine what we have.
Yes, to live on each other.
And I don't know why some Nigerians company things we are here.
Doing a favor.
I don't understand why they don't like to partnership with people that are here. You really put in the work though. It's not like you need them to validate your work. But what they don't know is it validates their work. It helps you. Both parties will grow.
It's a partnership.
And
it's a symbiotic relationship.
So except from them, you've never had any ministry, anybody reach out to you, NFF, whatever, like, okay, since we see what you're doing, we're gonna call you for anything you nothing.
No.
Wow. My next question is this. How have you been able to manage the fame? There's a level you are now, even though unfortunately, how media is going.
And they see the fame.
No, I'll finish my question for you first. So before you answer me, is that how do you manage with friends and family? Because every time you post, people see what you're doing. Yes. How do you manage that part of you to let them realize that it is not what you guys are seeing, even though it's big?
Yeah, a lot of.
Is there a message you like to share now? Everybody that might end up watching this.
So when they count down or they throw the bill, they come. Because I have a lot of friends. They see what I do. You know, even though they are called me that courtesy of international sports, journalists and photographer and stuff like that, you know, they see what we do. And I appreciate their prayers and their goodwill and everything. You know, I do appreciate that. Sometimes I'll do giveaway of data on my Facebook page for those who like. I ask them one simple thing from them. If you can go to Sabinus or one of these top people who doesn't know you and comment and watch, share my stuff. It's not going to cost you anything. Engage it. Just share it. But some of them find it difficult to share your stuff. But when they run into a little bit of financial hiccup, they're calling you. But when you go to all the other, popular pages, you see them engaging big time. Just share the stuff. Go to our YouTube, subscribe. One person busted my bubble. I'm looking for money. I asked him to go and subscribe. Do you think I have that kind of money? I said no. You ain't paying to subscribe on YouTube.
Wow.
You're not.
Wow.
Just subscribe. I have over 6,000 Facebook followers. Imagine if 4,000 subscribers add to almost 1,400 we have.
It will change a lot in your YouTube.
It will generate fund.
Yes.
We will now do more giveaways.
Be able to give them.
I'm able to give you.
And that's another thing people don't understand. Let me say this. A lot of people doesn't understand, like, when you support people like Sam or me to post or to repost what we're doing, it gives almost quick way to give you money, because once the YouTube page is making money, I can easily splurge on you. But if you look at me back and forth,
we're not asking you to give us money. Just share, subscribe, engage it. Mark Zuckerberg go give us something. We will not share with you, bread with you. But when you don't, how do you expect us to bread? Sometimes we go to a regular job, work overtime, make money from there, put it in here. Like this trip, this FIFA Club World Cup, it was personally funded from my pocket.
Yeah, which I know.
We weren't funded by anybody. Personally funded. I know how much I spent, over $1,000 to do those trips.
Wait, so I want to ask you this. I'm sorry I keep cutting you out, because I want to ask you some key important thing before we go with our time. Is the fact that, so with everything you're doing in sports, you still don't have any endorsement in terms of anybody from Nigeria, like big company or small company?
No.
Like when you do your life, you can say, well, this is being sponsored. You don't have anybody that reach out?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
Wow. I have another one for you. How have you been able to manage Nigeria entitlements in America? In the business world, for your business, the fact of saying somebody just helped you to call somebody, and
somebody will ask you to come and shoot a picture for them. They want to do it free of charge. And you just shake your head. Because I will tell them, hey, I'm not available. Because I don't have that strength or that energy to start going. When I see the way you're talking, I'll be like, person want to shoot for the picture. I'm not at the work that they are big. I know they are valuable.
What do you think goes on people's mind? Is it like you think they bring a Nigerian mentality to America, or they don't understand
they don't understand that set up is not like this thing pay your bill. You bought the camera with money, it's your time. I'm gonna drive to you with my gas and my car, and you're expecting freebies. No, it's a common sense. You should know that we live in a Western world. Okay, imagine now, this is your space. If I say, hey, I want to use here to shoot a program, I will pay for your time. Yeah, I will. It's business. Because when friends and family contribute, business grows.
True.
As simple as that.
True.
As simple as that.
I do appreciate you saying that, and it's something we're already having to bring on board. Our new website is about to be ready, which is going to make us to have this place is going to be open, and which is why we said on live on my X page that we're going to be giving out 5 for free.
5 people.
Because of Sam. And Sam has been a wonderful partner in this business world in America in terms of showing us some ways. And how we can give back is by giving out to those 5 wonderful people. So see the opportunity that's coming from Sam based on what Sam has been doing. My last question that I'm going to be asking you today is the fact of saying, what do you think, if you were to talk to your 2 years ago, that's coming to the media world in America, that you are today that you like to talk to, that you're 2 years ago?
Yeah, if I have a chance to go back in time 2 years ago, I will go straight and do media studies straight up in the because we live in where there are a lot of family pressure and expectations, and you have to look for the first, job that will be breaking you bread so that you have, when you come here, a lot of pressure is upon your shoulder. But if I wanted to go back to the, 2 years ago, I will forget what I'm doing right now. I will go straight into media studies and learn the book part of it, which I will apply to the practical. Because right here, I think even though they value more practical, but they also want to say that you went through that conventional training of media.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm done, but I feel like based on what you said, I want to ask one, which I apologize. What is that thing you'd like to tell young Nigerians out there that maybe in the media world or in the social media world that are trying living here in America? Nigerians that are living here that are young. I've learned to understand that there's a lot of young people out there that don't have the opportunity of what you've been able to. You're confident enough to do some things that some young people will not be able to do because they're limited in how our community has built us in the media world. What is that thing you'd like to tell the young Nigerians here in America?
Believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or what you cannot do. And do not disregard or do not undervalue your little start. Every little win is important. Just know that it doesn't matter how you start. You can have your phone and your tripod and start. Just believe in yourself. A little drop of water makes an ocean. Just know that. One day, if ASN Sports TV was in my closet during the COVID period. So now look at where we are. We have a reporter that covers the DC for us. We have a reporter that covers Kansas. Me and my partner hold this place down. Wow. So gradually, we're coming up. What I'll tell them now, listen, they pay for now. But if you know what you're doing with this, to take you places, it will open doors for you. Then you leverage on it. You are the brand. That's why I'm sorry, you can never see me wear any name brand. Because I believe that I'm a brand. So what I'm trying to do now is to wear ASN Sports Merc, and it's coming pretty soon.
I like that. You said one. I keep adding one more question because I feel like this is important for you. What is that thing? When you said something, I want to give you. You just said you have some people working for you as a reporter. Do you still? I want you to take this leverage of saying what are the people you need in Africa, or maybe you need people staying in America here.
Yeah,
so I want you to say it so they can hear.
ASN Sports TV is an online editorial. You don't have to be present with us to do the job. For anywhere in the world, Nigeria, Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, United States, Australia, anywhere, all you can do is, hey, I got this story. Shoot it down. We vet the story, vet the story to avoid liability and slander and all that. Then put it on our website. You got pictures, great pictures, shoot it down. You want to be part of our program. We can, do the go live with me, talk about stuff. So the world is a global village. So regardless of where you reside, you can be part of ASN Sports TV.
Thank you very much. And today we've had Sam from ASN Sports TV. I'm sure he has been able to impact us with a lot of information. And I hope you that are watching have been able to take one or two things from here. We are Nigerian American immigrant living here in Houston, Texas. And, we've been able to be I've known him now more than going to 5 years, if I'm correct.
More than 5 years.
Yes, but when it comes to the media world, he has been on our podcast 2 years ago. If you go back to our episode, you will see where he already impacted us with some information. So bringing him back is a privilege, and we are so thankful that where we both had, there's a lot of growth. And so for you that you might be watching, I totally believe from what he's sharing today, you can pick one or two things to definitely leverage on your life. And my name is Oyebanji Akins, and this is CTDA Media. And to the next episode, you can check our website, www.ctdamongblacks. Our new website is already almost done, and you can check us on our media platform, which is Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audio Mac, iHeart Radio, and you can check us on Amazon Music. And to the next episode, please keep doing what is right, believe in yourself, and stay focused. Thank you very much.